A plan is a path between a problem and a solution. We've talked about the problem. There are more people here in the West Valley that need to meet Jesus than we currently have capacity for. So how are we going to get to that solution? That's what the plan is all about. And we're going to talk about some plans that are going to happen both locally, regionally, and globally to help us expand our capacity to reach more people for Jesus.
What's up, everybody? I'm standing here on 15.878 acres of land that we own on the corner of Watson and Lower Buckeye. And here is the Buckeye Campus plan. We're going to put a building on this land. This building is going to help us with our capacity to reach our community not only on the weekends, but 7 days a week. We are going to design this with a multi-phase approach. We're going to start out with one building that has our adults, students, and kids. And as we outgrow that building, we're going to have a second building that has just the students and the kids. Then, designing with this in mind, we're going to blow out the walls in that first building and create a larger worship center space for our adults to meet the growing needs of our community. We spoke with the city early on in the process and we asked them, what does this community need? And the city told us, we need more childcare. So, with that in mind, we decided that when we build this building, we're going to partner with the people who help us build it, as they have some connections, and we're going to have an outsourced preschool, daycare facility that meets here throughout the week. This is going to be a dual blessing. It's going to be a blessing to our community and the families who need the childcare, and it's going to be a blessing to our church family, as that income will help supplement the cost of the building. We're so excited about what God is doing out here in Buckeye, and we hope this building will be a lighthouse in this community for years to come.
Hey, Palm Valley Church, I'm here to tell you about our plan that we have here at our Goodyear campus. We have got a capacity issue. We have hit our capacity when it comes to our parking. We've hit our capacity at many of our services and that. But God has been at work behind the scenes before we even knew it. Because when we purchased the land across the street from our campus here, we weren't 100% sure of how God was going to use it, and now we do. Because we're going to be able to sell off half of that land to a hotel chain, but the other half of that land is going to turn into about 120 to 150 parking spaces. Yeah, I know, parking. Sometimes we may say, wait a minute, how is that part of a grand plan? Well, if you've shown up to our Goodyear campus, you know the issues when it comes to parking. So often, when we drive onto our campus at multiple of our services, there's no parking spots available. And to be honest, that's one of the biggest deterrents for a first-time guest. To be able to drive onto a campus and have no place to park or have to search for parking, that turns people away immediately. We don't want anyone to miss out on God's gospel message simply because there wasn't a parking space. We need to solve that problem, but God has provided the answer, and this parking lot we're going to be able to do will provide 120 to 150 extra parking spots, just alleviating that issue that we have there. It's going to allow our capacity to grow. It's going to allow us to be able to create more spaces and more opportunities for new people to step onto our campus here. But we also know that we've been at this campus for 16 years now, and it's an incredible blessing that God has given to us, but it needs some upgrades. And so we are at work with those upgrades. This plan will continue to further those upgrades, but we're also dreaming and we're creating some different relational environments, some areas for fellowship to happen, because we want our people to not only grow in their relationship with God, but we want everyone here to be able to grow in relationship with others. And so we're excited to see how God is going to carry out this plan.
The Far West Valley is growing at an incredible pace. More and more people are calling the West Valley home. And we know that even with all of the efforts to expand and increase our capacity here at Palm Valley Church, it is going to take a lot of churches to impact this community for Christ. But not just a lot of churches, healthy churches. And that is why the Healthy Church Conference exists. The Healthy Church Conference is an awesome opportunity where we open our doors for local church leaders to come in to gain access to resources and tools and connections that will help them as they pursue the health and growth that God is calling them to. But the Healthy Church Conference is about more than just gaining resources and tools. The Healthy Church Conference can connect churches to the Better Together network, where they have access to relationships, connections with other church leaders who are in the trenches right alongside them to provide encouragement and support as we pursue the ultimate goal of reaching our communities for Jesus. Because it's true, we are better together.
Jesus told his disciples in Acts chapter 1, verse 8, "You will be my witnesses in both Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and the ends of the earth." What he was doing, he was telling them, you're going to do some work locally, regionally, and globally, just like us here at Palm Valley Church. We are following that model. So what is our plan to go global? Well, really, it's just to double down on what we've been doing. We've been investing in the country of Cote d'Ivoire for many years now. We've been investing in churches, over 3,000 churches, pastors, and relationships with them. And we are ready to go further and farther with them because we want to increase their capacity. We're going to be investing in some pastors that are on the frontiers of Christianity. They are on the border of where people know Jesus and people who have never heard his name before. We want to help them reach those people. We're going to be investing in them. We're going to be pouring into them. We're going to be equipping them, increasing their capacity. That's one of the plans to extend infinitely more around the globe. You know, we are excited about what God is doing. We're excited about this next decade of ministry here at Palm Valley Church, and infinitely more. This plan here is going to allow us and give us the pathway to continue reaching those goals.